My name is Ijeoma Mbama, but then you could also call me IJ Sugar. That's like part of the name I use on radio. I'm a broadcaster. If you're just coming across my video for the first time, you're welcome. And I hope you come around often. All right, cool. Okay, so I want to quickly do a reaction to a viral issue video content on social media right now, which involves a woman that I actually do respect. I love her energy. I'm not going to mention her name, but as I start talking, I'm pretty sure, as I continue to talk rather, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to figure that out. So yes, I do respect her. I love her energy and I love all that she actually stands for the women, for the children, and Nigeria generally. She's doing her own beat in her own way. If we have a lot of people who have that energy, and as that's outspoken, I think we'll probably, get to see a lot more changes being done. Now, to the issue on ground. This woman initially posted a video where she was berating a woman for coming out with her 11-year-old daughter to sweep on the road at about 4:30 to 5 a.m. And then she felt like that girl was too young to be doing that at that time, considering the stress, school and everything. And then, she got attacked, kind of. A lot of people did not like the content for some reason, or did not like the video for some reason. So she went back to this woman to apologize to her. Well, fine, all that reaction and what she eventually did shows that she takes accountability. But here's my point for making this video. Personally, I do think an 11-year-old coming out on the road at that time, 4:30 a.m. to sweep, is not very appropriate. I think she's too young at 11 to be up on the road at about 4:30 a.m. sweeping, because that simply means that she would have been up earlier than that, because it took some time to get to that place from where they stay. And so she should have woken up much earlier to get ready, follow her mom to go sweep on the road at that time at about 4:30 a.m. to 5. Then she still gets back home to get ready for school. I honestly think at 11, she's too young to be doing that job. That some of you, because I read comments, right, that some of you went through something worse or went through something similar as children when you were much younger, right, does not make it right. The fact that people are doing something does not make it right. I don't know if you understand me. I may do something that is obviously wrong. The fact that I'm not the only one doing it does not make it right and does not make it acceptable. I think nobody perfect. We all have made mistakes and learned and stuff like that. But in this particular situation, I'm just going to say it the way I feel. I cannot and will never, by God's grace, I want to say by God's grace, because no matter what the temptation is like, I know I cannot put my 11-year-old child, or even if she's not my biological child, she's just 11. No, 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 that's too much of stress on that child now. It's not her job. If she was grown, like older than that, maybe if she was a teenager, as a teenager, you can help your mother, help her out. See, if you're 14, 15, 16, 17, you can even go on some days as an 18-year-old or 20-year-old to stand in for your mom if she cannot make it to the workplace. That the government have weaponized poverty to be able to control the people, and we have a lot of people who are struggling, and we see things like this happen, like even kids our age and even kids younger who go to the streets to hawk and sell things, does not make it right. It's just poverty that is making some things look normal to some people. So you're probably 7 or 8 and like younger than her, right? And you were out in the streets hawking, or you used to follow your mother to her shop to go and do this and do that. Does it make it right? Especially for kids who go out to hawk, to sell things on the streets, and you're like 7, you're 8, you're 9. Does it make it right? Apart from the fact that such a parent is exploiting these children, apart from that fact, these children are also exposed to certain risks that they should not be exposed to. Some of them don't even come out of it alive. It doesn't make it right. If your child is really young and you're trying to give them a sense of responsibility, business accountability and stuff, there's a way to do it without affecting the child's life or mental health, or stressing the child, doing something that could affect their health because it might be too stressful for them to handle or deal with. That job, with the nature of it, her mom can handle it, but not an 11-year-old. She's not prepared for that, not in her body, not even mentally. My opinion, like I said. So there are other things I could, teach my child, expose them to that are less harmful, not too stressful for them based on their age, right? And they could still make money from. That is if you want to. You could also teach them how to save. When they get to a certain age, you think they can handle it. You can teach them how to do things that they love to do, things they already have interest in. I know a family who actually ensured that their children got skills, quite early. By the time they were getting done with secondary school, they all had learned how to do one thing or the other. So that by the time they got into the university, they could actually fend for themselves. They could take care of themselves without bothering their parents much. Now that's a noble idea. It's a noble idea. So that I just think that as parents, right? As parents, we should try not to be so careless with things. I feel like I'm not saying this woman is careless, but I cannot do that thing that she has been doing. An 11-year-old is a small child now, just 1 year above 10. That's a child, a small child. If you permit me to use small and child, in the same place. She's little. Imagine waking an 11-year-old before 4 or by 4, and then by 4:30 you are already sweeping. Do you get it? You are already sweeping. She still goes back to get ready for school. So she probably gets up before 4. The mom can go through that. It's her job. It's in her place. But it's not in that little girl's place to go and do all that work. No, it's not. If the mom needs help, she probably would have gotten somebody a little bit older